Again another child of yours is gone. They say she didn't leave this world laughing. It seems those who loved her did her wrong. Melissa, your child, Melissa, God, at least she was loved by you. Melissa, your child, Melissa, how will you teach her to forget the pain she knew? How many more must make the headlines, pleading for their right to live? God, I can't stand by and watch their sad eyes and let them live the battered life Melissa did. Melissa, your child, Melissa, God, at least she was loved by you. Melissa, your child, Melissa, how will you teach her to forget the pain she knew? Lord, how will you teach her to forget the pain she knew?
Melissa was a young child who died as a result of injuries inflicted upon her by her parents. She's one of thousands of children who die each year from non-accidental physical injuries at the hands of their caretakers. Maltreatment is now thought to be the #1 killer of children in the United States. Every day, children are beaten, burned, strangled, or drugged. Every day, children are not being given needed medical attention. Every day, children are subjected to emotional trauma when their parents fight, desert, or become too ill to care for them. Every day, children suffer because of society's failure to meet their needs. When children are the object or target of violence, something is seriously wrong. While reporting of abuse is on the increase due to new laws and reporting mechanisms, actual number of cases of abuse and neglect are also more widespread and on the increase. Some believe that anyone who would abuse a child must be mentally ill, but less than 10% of abusive parents are believed to be psychotic. Frustration, stress and strain of living in a complex and mobile society, a cycle of violence in families where such behavior is learned and passed along, increased drug addiction and alcoholism, isolation, fears, and broken dreams are thought to be some of the underlying causes of maltreatment to children. While laws have been written and programs of treatment implemented, little is being done in our nation to eliminate the causes of maltreatment. Further, society is reluctant to admit the extent of violence toward children. The song Melissa was written to evoke meaningful concern from persons across the nation who would intervene for the children. Melissa died. Who is responsible for her death? A court of law determined that her parents were responsible. Her parents, those who loved her, did her wrong. But there were others. The neighbors who heard her screams, a system which had returned the child to a situation which had not improved following a removal for suspected child abuse. Everyone who knew or suspected ill treatment but failed to do anything is responsible for Melissa's death. You and I are responsible. You and I might have saved Melissa. It's too late for us to help Melissa now, but you and I might save some other child from knowing the horrors which she knew. If you feel you can't stand by, you can learn to identify signs of possible maltreatment, physical and emotional neglect. Notify the local authorities, police, child welfare department, when you see a case of suspected child abuse or neglect. Volunteer your services, advocacy, babysitting, driving, at the welfare or social services department to relieve the anxiety of families in crisis. Examine the standards which are used to determine how and when removal of a child from his family is necessary and court action is taken. If no standards have been set, work to have such developed to guide workers. Become a big brother or big sister to a child in need of a friend and role model, or become a friend to the parent of such a child by offering support and encouragement to someone who may feel isolated and lonely. Donate useful household items, clothing, food, and so on to welfare programs. Support and offer encouragement to foster parents in the community who are helping society to fulfill its responsibility to these children. Open your heart and home to a child who must be separated from his biological parent by applying to be a foster parent at the Public Welfare Department or at a private agency which provides foster care services. If you feel you can't stand by, don't wait for the next headline telling of the cruel death of yet another child. Get involved on a personal, caring level today. It's too late for Melissa, but it isn't too late for the thousands of children who will suffer and die this year unless you take the stand and get involved.